All right. We are on live, and today I wanted to talk about autoimmune diseases. Right, I want to give you guys a totally different perspective of this. And if you're not familiar with an autoimmune disease is where basically the body kind of seems like it feeds on itself, right? If you've got a thyroid issue, your body starts tearing up your thyroid or tears up your joints or whatever. Autoimmune diseases, there's 50 million Americans now that suffer from autoimmune diseases, and the rate of autoimmune disease is going up. We're not, despite the millions of dollars we spend on healthcare and technology and drugs and doctors and hospitals, autoimmune's going up. So we're not getting healthier in that regard. And in fact, 1 in 6 people in this country has an autoimmune disease. 1 in 6. I mean, that is ridiculous if you think about that. It's more than cancer and heart disease combined are suffering from autoimmune diseases. And so, that we tend to think that, the body made a mistake. Well, your body doesn't make a mistake, right? So the body always responds intelligently and innately wise to whatever circumstances and stresses you put on it. And so if your body's maybe sacrificing your thyroid, but it's probably doing that to save you from some other bigger disease or bigger problem. Cindy, good to see you on here. Glad you're here. Happy anniversary. Love you, baby. You're awesome. Had to throw that in there. Today's our 30th wedding anniversary for those of you that check into this and hear this. But anyway, back to autoimmune, right? So what's the medical approach for an autoimmune disease? Well, your medical doctor, if you've got an autoimmune disease, a lot of times they don't do anything, right? I mean, I had a patient that had autoimmune. She had the thyroid antibodies, which means she basically had an autoimmune disease on her thyroid. They were tested for 8 years. She's been dealing with that. And so their approach is basically there was nothing that they could do. They would wait till her thyroid was trashed, and then they'd put her on Synthroid, a thyroid medication, for the rest of her life. So those are the options you get. Hey, Mary, it's good to see you. Miss seeing you around. I guess you're still in Florida. I hope you're doing well down there. Anyway, so a lot of times when it comes to autoimmune, there's not a whole lot they do, right? I mean, they just wait till whatever's gone. Basically, medically, they just treat or manage symptoms. And, that's not a great way to go about it either. And so a lot of times they're doing different medications that might suppress your immune system. That makes you more susceptible to other infection, other diseases, or bigger problems. And then, again, it's long term. So just put you on drugs for the rest of your life and deal with it. That's the way we typically go about treating autoimmune. The wellness way, totally different approach, right? So our focus is not on fighting disease, but on building and restoring health. And so what we do that's different, right, is one, we test. We test to see what's going on, what's causing the problem, where are your triggers. We actually have, if you're wondering if you have an autoimmune condition, maybe you've been to your doc and they say there's nothing wrong and they haven't really tested, we actually have a screening panel that we can do that there's over 80 different autoimmune diseases, but we have a panel that has over 30 of the most common autoimmune diseases, and basically it's just a little screening, and we can find out if you've got an autoimmune disease. We can run the screening, see a yes, and know that you've got an autoimmune problem. Or if we already know kind of where it is, we can look and see, like thyroid, we can look and see what's going on with that. What we do that is different, like I said, so that patient that I talked about that had the autoimmune for her thyroid, one of the things is called TPO, which is a thyroid antibody. And the rate of it, when you measure it, it should be less than 60. Hers was over 1,800. Over 1,800 when it should be less than 60. So we did some other testing. We found out she had some food allergies going on. So we did some things to heal the gut. So we did the testing. We heal the gut. We do make sure that she's avoiding her triggers, avoiding the things that set her off. And then finally we'll give her some supplements just to kind of support her health. So don't misunderstand this. Supplements aren't the cure. Supplements aren't going to fix everything. All they do is support your body so that it can function better while you eliminate the things that have been making it bad, right? And so we do all of those things, and within 4 months, her thyroid antibodies went from over 1,800 to 170. Now, it still has a way to go, but that's in 4 months, and she's been dealing with this for over 8 years. And again, think about that. Medically, they weren't going to do anything. They wait till her thyroid's trashed and put her on thyroid medications for the rest of her life. And so the point of all that is saying is, you know, if you've gone to your medical doctor, if you have an autoimmune disease, an autoimmune condition going on, there's other options out there. You just got to look for them and you got to ask for them. And what we do is unique and different. And it was kind of funny. We were out this weekend for our anniversary and I was having this conversation with somebody and kind of telling them some of these things. And they were like, you know, I get what you're saying and that's really awesome, but that's not chiropractic. And I'm like, well, yeah, it kind of is. And he's like, no, I've been to chiropractors. That's not chiropractic. And but the truth of the matter is, it's chiropractic in this. The point of chiropractic is always to get to the cause of the problem. And medically, they never ask why. Why are things breaking down? Why are things not functioning properly? They just look to manage your symptoms and manage your health or manage your disease. Chiropractic is always asked why, and that's what separates what we do. And so even with this, there's things that we can do, and we can help people with autoimmune diseases. So if you have been suffering with an autoimmune disease, I want to give you hope. I want you to know that there's something actually that can be done that's different. We've got a different perspective on health and a different approach to how we handle it. And we've got a proven track record. There's literally hundreds, thousands of cases that the Wellness Way has in helping patients with autoimmune problems, without drugs, without surgery, without having to go through all of those different things. Hey, I appreciate you guys being on. If you want to know more about this, we actually have a workshop that we're doing in the office. If you're in Knoxville, in our office on Tuesday night, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock here at the office. There's no cost. We call it our approach to inflammation. If you're not in Knoxville, still want to know more, you don't have to be here. We have on the 30th, which is the last Thursday of this month, I'm going to be doing a webinar. So basically doing the approach to inflammation workshop, but I'm going to do it as a webinar. You guys are more than welcome. You can tune into that and learn about this. What's really cool with the Wellness Way is you don't have to be here. There's things we can do phone consults. We can figure out what tests you need. We can send you kits and we can direct you without you literally having to step foot in my office. So, hey, we're here to support you guys. I will, in the comments, I will put the links to the workshops. If you'd like to come to one of those, again, we'd love to share with you what we do, let you know what's different and give you guys hope and let you know that, you know, there's something different out there. So we want to make a change for you guys. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll talk to you soon, and thank you for staying in touch.